Hey guys, this is the Anime Fiend bringing to you today, after a long time, finally, manga recommendation for One Piece. And yeah, before we begin, of course, manga recommendation, this series I just make, recommendations for mangas, for people whoever wants to like read new manga, watch new anime. That's basically it, right? So there's not going to be any spoilers or anything. This is just a recommendation, so don't worry about all that, right? So anyways, let's get into it, right? So what is One Piece? One Piece is this big ass story. Yeah, it is definitely big, right? So this is kind of an investment, but I'll say it's pretty worthwhile, right? So this is a big ass story about this guy who's going on an adventure. I mean, he's a pirate, so he's going on a free adventure, slowly attracting people to his cause and, slowly building up this group and, making his entourage this legendary pirate crew, right? So, slowly the story, it builds up as this kind of gag adventure action manga, right? And slowly it becomes so much more. Now, of course, One Piece, most people talk about, One Piece's world building because truly it is the greatest world building, at least according to me, right? I mean, whatever I've seen, right? All of the media, whatever, mangas or anime or games or novels or whatever, the best world building I've seen is in One Piece. The number of places, number of islands, their political structure, the shit ton of characters, and them being in shit ton of organizations, one organization's connection to the other, and all the dynamic between, everything. The world feels like it's actually a world, right? It's not like, okay, now, in some manga, this is the main villain, he's the world's strongest, and apparently none of the other, villains care about what destruction this villain is causing, right? But as soon as this villain goes down, suddenly another villain pops up and he's like, I'm the world's strongest, right? So that doesn't happen in One Piece, right? It's like it has a structure. It feels like a real world. Everything has consequences, right? Whatever one villain does, it has, lasting effects. It has its consequences, and other villains react to that. So it's not just villains, other characters, everything, right? So it feels like a real world. That's the true, like, the true power of One Piece, the true beauty of One Piece, right? But of course, everybody talks about world building, but there's a lot more than world building, right? One of the other major things, right? One of the best things of One Piece is its mysteries. And oh my god, man. I mean, some of the mysteries we've been waiting for years, man. Some of the mysteries even in the beginning of the manga are still not addressed, right? Like, yeah, the mystery aspect is, and it's not like cheap mystery, right? I mean, whatever we got to know are like really really good. I mean, some of the smaller ones, sure, whatever, right? But the bigger ones always pay off, man, and they're just phenomenal. And whenever these mysteries get addressed, because yeah, One Piece is right now, in its last saga, so final point. So all these mysteries will be addressed in this saga, and it's gonna be just phenomenal, man. It's crazy. It's crazy. You could actually, categorize One Piece as a mystery manga because the mysteries are just phenomenal, big ass mysteries. And of course, talking about the characters, right? I mean, maybe if you've linger around like One Piece community or anime community, people mention like, oh, One Piece is a story driven plot, so the characters are not that good, they don't get character growth, right? I mean, that is in part true. Yes, the main characters, right? Not all characters, but the main characters don't get too much character growth. But that's not a problem because they get phenomenal character development, right? So character growth, of course, is like what they develop in the story, right? Character development is what they got, like what they learned from their past, and their ideals, their beliefs, and how they live their life, how they adventure, and how they affect the world, right? This story again is, it's not like other stories. It's the main characters don't get affected by the story, they affect the story. The story gets affected by the main characters. So the character development and how the main characters through their ideology change the world, bring everybody together, and it is just phenomenal, man. And of course, talking about the main characters, the aspect of friendship, nakama, that's like phenomenal, man. I mean, the main one of the main concepts of One Piece is bond beyond blood, right? The bonds you forge is like a lot more heavier, a lot more important than the blood relations you have, right? And that aspect truly speaks to me, man. I mean, yeah, friendship is really, really like phenomenal in One Piece, man. And I have a soft spot for that because of my friends and my connections, right? So yeah, it's just beautiful, man. It's like freaking phenomenal. And of course, each character, like at least the important characters, right? Because the number of characters are a lot, but at least the important characters in One Piece are just phenomenally written. The development is awesome, and it is what it is. But I mean, talking about the ideology of each character, I mean, man, One Piece is not a political manga per se, but because of the nature of One Piece, how it's structured, all the different kingdoms and the characters that live in them, of course, everybody has their own opinion. There is, there's like a huge thing about like good versus evil, right? But of course, One Piece always shows that it's always shades of gray. It's not like pure good, it's not like pure evil. Of course, there are bad things which One Piece shows that these are bad things, and good things they show these are good things. But there's always a nuance. It's not like always black or white. So the ideologies also speak to that, right? And in my opinion, at least, no ideology is like hammered to you, right? They always show two sides of it. And even if by the end the main character chooses one side, they always make a point of like, it's not like this is not 100% the right choice. It's like you could have taken that, you could have done this, but like it's not always yes, this is the right choice. The evil guy or the villain or the antagonist, whatever he's saying is completely wrong. No, that's not the case, right? And I mean, even the different ideologies are just phenomenal, man. I mean, some of the quotes, man, they're just huge, man. They're freaking phenomenal, right? So anyways, of course, ideology and all that shit, like, if you like it, you like it. If you don't, you don't. Whatever. But it's just freaking phenomenal, man. So all these things that I explained are one thing, right? But of course, the main thing when people recommend some manga or whatever, right, recommend a piece of media, people mention all of these things, but they forget to mention how good is the actual story, right? So I mean, even after all of these things, the actual story is awesome, man. The actual story, it's just freaking phenomenal. You'll always keep guessing, oh, what's gonna happen next. You'll always be waiting for like, oh shit, I'm just hyped for the next big thing, right? So man, the story, everything in One Piece, in my opinion, is freaking phenomenal. Of course, of course, nothing is like flawless. Of course, there are flaws in everything. So talking about that is, I don't think it matters that much, because of course every freaking story out there, every freaking piece of fiction has, some plot holes, or not plot holes, but like some, issues with it, right? So of course everything has got its issues, but whatever, right? But in my opinion, man, One Piece is my most favorite piece of fiction, right? Not just most favorite manga, it's my most favorite piece of fiction. So it's just on a different level for me, man. But anyways, I hope I convinced you guys to at least check it out, give it a try or whatever, right? But yeah, I hope so. So comment down what do you guys think about whatever the video, or check out a few chapters. Tell me what you guys think about One Piece, right? But anyways, that's it for the video. And yeah, I mean, there are other manga recommendations as well, check that out. And now that my top 7 that are like beyond 10, there are like a billion by 10, these mangas are done. So I'm gonna make another list and then make individual videos of those, right? So a lot more manga recommendations are gonna come out, so I guess stay tuned for that, man. But anyways, as always, until next time, peace.